I know I'm not the only one, but when I put in so much effort, when I put in so much work and the results are still the same, sometimes I do think to myself, what's the point of it? But in those moments, you have to stop and tell yourself, just so you remember, to take everything day by day because everything doesn't happen overnight. The reality of it is there is never going to be something that will fall into your lap unless you get lucky. Let's bring luck into the conversation because a lot of you think that you were the luckiest people alive, but still don't have what you want. Therefore, you fall short with your plans and your goals because you are not sticking to the plan. A lot of people talk about the process and not studying where you're going to end up at the end of your journey. But the most important thing comes down to the plan, comes down to the method, because that is what you stick with. You can wander off on your journey all you like. You could take different pathways. But when you stick to one plan, one method, do you know how sweet it tastes when that pays off? Do you know hard work is guaranteed to pay off when you put your head down and actually lock in for once? There is no way that's not going to pay off. The way I see hard work is like the tax man. One day they're going to come. But instead of them taxing you, you're going to be taxing them because you know you've been putting in the hours, you've been putting in the effort, and you've been working hard every single day. If you can say that confidently, then that's when you know you're doing the right thing. In all these videos or all the advice you hear about trusting the process and really taking your time with something and not focusing on where you're going to end up, they never tell you to stop checking your results too early. And in that, I mean, you shouldn't be constantly checking to see if you've reached where you're aiming for when you know in reality you haven't. And I don't know if it's a mindset thing, but there's something brutally discomforting about being so far off from the finish line. Have you ever felt like you've been running forever? Somehow you have the stamina for it. You can even envision the finish line. Maybe sometimes you feel like you're so close, but yet so far. Something about that doesn't sit right with me, and not because I got disqualified twice on sports day when I was at my school doing a 100 meters race. It's not because of that. It's because I can relate to that feeling. Having those little wins, having those achievements, but still not feeling like you have achieved. And to some, that might motivate them. But to others, maybe someone like me or you, that is a feeling that makes you feel very uncomfortable. That is almost unsettling. So I think if I could give you some advice, that you shouldn't constantly be checking if you're at the finish line. You should only be able to feel it when you actually are. And you'll know when you feel that. I'd argue that something even more important than patience, which plays a big role in this little game that we're all playing, is persistence. To be able to stay at it. And when I say persistence, it's different to the type of persistence you're putting in to that person you're foolishly pursuing and they want nothing to do with you. This type of persistence has to be unlimited. This has to be something rooted inside of you. Some people have it and some people don't. By the type of person, type of fella, type of woman you look like, I know that you can be persistent enough to achieve your goals. And I know from my own two hands that it is absolutely exhausting. People don't understand that whatever you're trying to do, and you just don't see those results. It's all about the results. Sometimes we need that validation. We need that reassurance that what we're doing isn't a big fat waste of time, because then it gives us all these questions inside of our mind. What is our purpose? And that's a question I don't like to answer. Maybe I'll answer it in a future video. But what I know is that we all need some sort of reassurance. But when you act blind, when you turn off the lights and you stop looking for those results and you only put your head down, when you only buckle down, whatever term you prefer, then you'll start to see them. It's weird. It's almost like reverse psychology. When we're going for something, the less we focus on where it's going to end up, the more we see out of it. It's so weird, but so true. Tell me I'm lying in the comments right now. To be completely honest, the night where everything changes does indeed happen. But what's more important is the steps that happen before that. You can't just expect it to be today because it might be random. But what is not random is the work you put in towards that night where everything changes. Some people, they are incredibly lucky, like I touched on earlier in the video. Some people, they'll be working on something for not too long, but it will just pay off early like that. And who knows how long they can keep onto that. Who knows how long they'll be able to grasp onto that success, because nothing lasts forever. Sooner or later, you're going to have to switch up the process. Sooner or later, you're going to have to switch up your plan in order to see the results that you want or to stay on course. And since no one's told you this today, I want to tell you that I'm proud of you for putting in that consistent effort, because not enough people today like to continue and they quit early. It's actually a problem that I have with myself, where I like to just start new things when I see that it's not working out. But I can tell you, with this thing here that we're all sitting down and watching or standing up, I actually have put in so much time and hours just for me to get this far, and I know it's not even far enough. There is only going to be a select few people that you know that will stick to their word and actually do what they set out to do. And I know that you can be that person that achieves what you say. That is not an insect on my wall. All right? I know some of you are judging me looking at that. That's not an insect on my wall. What are you looking at? You're waiting for it to move. You're rewinding every single frame. Am I being extra? Who said yes? What happened to we listen and don't judge? For those who watch the channel, you know I'm brutally honest. You ever been to someone's house and they got those green marks on the wall? You know what that is? Do you want me to tell you what that is? Do you want me to be honest with you and tell you what that is? When they got those yellow marks on the wall, that's them. When they pick their nose and they wipe it on their walls when they were younger. I'm sorry to ruin your birthday party, your parade. I don't know why I always get caught off topic, you know? This always happens. I've been sitting here for a while. I think I'm going cuckoo crazy. Anyway, what I want to tell you is I am proud of you, because you have stuck to what you're doing, even when you have thought about giving up. Me, I have an incredible amount of self-doubt. I'm not the most confident person. Sometimes I may come across as confident. Sometimes I may even make it look easy, but I promise you it's not. Every day there's an internal battle, there's an internal struggle. But as long as I keep winning, as long as you keep winning, that's all that matters. As long as I can say every single day I win. Yeah, I fight, but I win. Yeah, I fight, but I'm here. As long as you are still here doing what you set out to do, I don't care how long it's taken, you're winning, because you're still doing it. There are not enough people doing it today. There are people that give up when they are doing well. When they get lazy, they get complacent, and then people like me and you overlap them. And maybe not everything's a competition, but in my eyes, that is important. That shows who you truly are. There are people that start off and expect those early results. They expect that early validation to feel good, to feel like, yes, this is my purpose. This is what I'm set out to do. And when they don't see any of that, when they don't see the smallest bit of gratitude for their hard work, then they give up. There's so many types of people on this journey that we may encounter in our path, or just see and not even say a word, because we know what it's like too. I know what it's like. It is so important that you continue, keep moving forward. I don't care if you were seeing the most amount of progress you've ever seen or no progress, because every single day you should still be acting like there isn't enough food on that plate, even when there is. Don't lose that fire inside you. Don't lose that hunger. Never, ever. Because the second you lose that is the second you lose. Remember, every single thing that has happened on this journey, that's why you appreciate the process and your journey. That is the sole reason, and that is what makes it serve its purpose, is remembering all the times you struggled, all that hard work, all the times you saw 0 results from you putting in 100. That's what you remember every single day. And that's what keeps me going personally, because I know I put my all into this, so I'm expecting to get every single thing out of it. Anyway, that's me for today. I'm going to catch you tomorrow, as always. I'm gone.